Entire tournament, we're going to be here a long time.
Well, as I said, it's just early in the season, and people are kind of figuring out. The match earlier was like a heavyweight fight, but everybody's swinging and going after it, and very, very close. The final score was a 1 point difference in the whole match.
And with that, you've got Sean Kelly with that first put away, bringing Andrew Rowan back to serve for the first time for the Bruins. Rowan, the multiple-year All-American, two-time national champion, and delivering out on the right side, Patrick Rogers for Ball State. Rogers, a 6'7" senior outside from Rutherford, New Jersey. That's right, representing the East Coast.
The pride of New Jersey volleyball right here, Patrick Rogers.
He's one of the Jersey boys. Rogers on the serve, goes hybrid. Passed by Rama, tight and taken out the trash. Will Basilio feeding up high.
Yeah, you know, Ball State has a lot of players with a lot of international experience. Basilio is one of them.
Brazil, Canada, USA, Israel.
Yeah, and New Jersey.
Connolly gets his paws on it and make that an ace for Rogers. For Rogers. That is ace number 7 on the season, first of the night.
Yeah. He also is an excellent beach player.
Well,
he's played a lot of beach in New Jersey.
He told me behind his coach's back he'd rather play outdoor ball.
Yeah.
Great dig by Scherer, save by Machado. Basilio off the block and out of play. And Ball State excited on their bench. They're doing some good things out of the gate.
Boy, they're pretty loud.
I believe do we have a challenge on the courts?
I don't think that ball cleared the net. I think the ball was in the net.
So we have a challenge. Block touch is the challenge on the court. And with that, play stands. Actually, a point is blocked in, is in out off the block. Ball is overturned, called in. Point going to UCLA.
That was a good challenge by John Hawks.
That ball was hit so fast it was hard to tell because the block
was low too. That couldn't tell whether it really went up off the block.
Rowan, the 6'6" senior setter out of Trabuco Canyon and J. Serra High School, goes to Rogers. Machado outside to Basilio. Thorne on the cleanup. Rowan out to Rama. One-hand dig by Rogers. Right side attack. Lewis. And he rolls it over the block and long.
Boy, this match is kind of looking like the last one.
It's just carrying over from match number 1. And people are rolling into the gate. I don't know where they're going to find space for everyone to sit here.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people waiting to get in, get their tickets scanned. Scherer, Machado, and Lewis off the one-hand dish. The Machado magic.
Boy, 5 points into this, Machado is really showing how good he is.
4 serving to 3. Going back to serve for the first time, Jacob Surratt, the 6'6" junior middle from Riverside and Martin Luther King High School, played at Orange Coast College for Travis Turner and the Pirates.
He was an outside hitter in high school, and Travis Turner converted him to a middle, which allowed him to get some playing time.
That was Cameron Thorne on that last ball, playing all loosey-goosey. When he gets going, Cameron Thorne is a walking highlight reel.
Yeah, he is fun to watch. He's so athletic. Thorne, Van Canyon.
Rogers, Machado to Rogers on the bick. That is one of the fastest bicks I've seen this year.
So far this year, that is one of the fastest bicks. He was up with the...
Oh, we've got a point going to the Bruins. Is that a back row attacker violation?
I think he stepped over the line.
Our first referee, as we see that serve go long, Patty Rolfe. Our second referee, Sergio Gonzalez. That brings on the service line Ryan Lewis, a 6'9" sophomore offset from Surprise, Arizona. He's got a lot of fans in the house tonight.
Surprise!
Lewis to Rama, another Arizonan. Back to Rama on the give and go. He's blocked up top, and it goes out of play. Getting up on the block were Savitsky, Lynn, and Lucas Machado.
Brian Lewis is just long, and he hits really high. He's got one of those bodies that he's not going to get hurt.
Going back to serve, David Decker bombs it over towards Rogers, overpass, and look out below, Zach Arama leaving a crater on the Terraflex.
Remember last year, David got hurt playing opposite. They had to move somebody else there, and Rama volunteered to go.
Rama's a utility man.
He could do it all.
Decker on this jump spin, misses long.
Rama's also from Arizona, went to Sarah Day O'Connor High School.
Will Basilio back to serve, the 6'5" sophomore outside from Ballinafad, Ontario, Canada. And Michael Wong-Diallo in attack, saved by the Cardinals. Michael Wong-Diallo again. Rama over the block, dug by Scherer. Machado, low ball, shoved by Rogers. And banging is Lucas Machado, who said setters can't hit.
He's always got to be so personal about everything.
Machado showing he's got a bicep bomb.
He's talented. He's athletic and moves the ball around well.
Basilio passed by Kelly. Wong-Diallo blocked up top. Machado teaming up with Savitsky Lynn, patrolling the skies above Phoenix. 8 serving a 7 and a back and forth first set already. Connolly takes it off his chest, saved by Rama. Free ball by Connolly. Scherer, Machado, Lewis unloads, and he's dug by Connolly. Decker shoves it, and he's denied by Rogers with a hang time.
Nicely done.
The Ball State bench's energy is matching the crowds right now. 9-7. Cardinals leading the Bruins. Basilio. Pass by Kelly. Kelly on the big. And it's a long distance tool, but the end line way.
Interesting play there. That was basically an old school tandem. They brought Kelly, who's the left side hitter, in to hit left front two, a low front two. And the block still got in front of them, but they were late.
That brings Zach Rama back to the service line for UCLA. Rama has been one of the most consistent players for Coach John Hawks and UCLA. Winding up is Decker with heat. That was like a cannon kicking back on the swing, and his hand contacted the ball with an explosion.
You watch him. I watched him a lot last year. He's just so much more mature physically and emotionally than he was last year.
Rogers, perfect pass. Machado back to Rogers, and Rogers, welcome to the highlight zone. Holy cannoli. That he stamped that 10-foot line.
That was quite a shot by Patrick Rogers.
He had run for cover. That thing was ballistic. Michael Wong-Diallo blocked up top, goes out of play. Point going to UCLA. 10 serving at 10, bringing Wong-Diallo back to serve.
Ball State's bringing their right side blocker in to block on the quick. So we'll see if they'll find the outside hitter.
Floats her. Machado looks, shoots back over to Lewis. Lewis on the cutty action. Decker had his foot on the sideline, but was uncertain to take it or not.
We both had a chance this morning to watch these guys practice. They did not practice with energy like this. They kind of just went through the motions. I'm going, well, I don't know. Well, they've got great energy now.
Machado drills it over towards Kelly. Rowan goes against the grain to Decker. Dug up and over by Basilio. Picked up by Connolly. Rowan looks, shoots back over to Rama. Scherer picks it up. Machado back to Lewis. Lewis through the upright to Kelly. And Ball State feeling it here, up 12-10.
You've got two undefeated teams. UCLA is 2-0. Ball State's 3-0 going into this match.
Machado, southpaw hybrid. Pass. Knocked down with that 4-4 angle, Sean Kelly.
It's a great set by Andrew Rowan. Ball almost was over, but he used his height and his timing to take the ball before it got over and shoot the quick set outside.
Well, Kelly gets some great international time with the U21 team of the USA. He really came out of his shell this last summer.
I thought last year he lacked a little confidence with the big move from Loyola to UCLA. He got better and better as the season went. Really got good confidence this summer.
Patrick Rogers back to serve, 2 kills, hitting .250. Hybrid towards Rama. Rowan in the middle to Cameron Thorne. Little jump and thump action for Thorne and the Bruins.
He was up so fast. You know, they have 2 different types of middle sets. You can set the ball a little higher and jump and hang and move, or you can set it before the block gets up, and that's what UCLA is doing.
Kelly back to the service line for the #1 Bruins. Pass by Scherer. Machado in the middle. And Savitsky Lynn knocks it down for point going to Ball State. Correct, that was not Savitsky Lynn.
Surratt.
That was Surratt. Back to serve is Jacob Surratt. Outside over towards Rama. And the ball falls on the Cardinals' side. Point going to UCLA. Going back to serve UCLA, Cameron Thorne. Ball's passed by the Cardinal. Knocking it down is Savitsky Lynn, but it goes long. And a few attack errors plaguing the Cardinals here in set #1 after that jumping up by a pair at 12-10. Trying to find their rhythm again here in set 1 as Thorne goes back to serve again. Rogers, Machado, Basilio, dug by Kelly. Rowan outside Rama. Rama dug by Machado. Rogers, high ball, left side, Basilio. Basilio off the triple. Picked up by Thorne. Back set. Wrong Diallo. Saved by Scherer and Machado. Lewis, right side, dug by Rowan. Rama gets tooled by Lewis off the block. And first to 15 is Ball State as we go into the timeout with Ball State leading 15-14. Don't go away. More first point collegiate volleyball. Ball State back to serve out of the timeout at 15-14. Ryan Lewis back to serve. Ball's passed by Kelly. Outside Rama, roll shot picked up by the Cardinal. Actually, roll shot's called dead. And Ryan Lewis immediately saying, I got that. I got my hand underneath it. So we have a floor touch challenge or a ball in out challenge. Request by Ball State. So we are going to the video challenge referee. What do you think, fans? Did Ryan Lewis get his hand? Oh, gosh.
Did he?
I don't think that happened there, Charlie, but yep, play stands is called. So Mike Iandolo and the Cardinals down a challenge. Down, that means they have 1 remaining for the match unless we go to a 5th set tiebreak. Yeah, he was even close.
Yeah. They were pretty adamant about it when they got it. Right after it happened, I was like, really?
Sean Kelly, correction, David Decker back to serve. Point going to Ball State. 16-15. And that's Will Basilio going back to serve for Ball State, the 6'5" sophomore outside. Make that an ace for Basilio. Second ace of the season, first of the night. We had our radar gun, but I guess the battery died somewhere in that last match. Basilio looking for the offering again. Ball's passed. Rowan back sets. Decker. Decker off top of the block. Scherer almost got to it and cheated a fan to a shoe polish there, courtside. Zach Rama serving. You take a peek at Patrick Rogers, an ABCA All-American last year. One of the funnest players to watch, not only indoors, but on the beach. And spin serve, tails wide.
Yeah, the Bruins are making some unforced errors here. Missed serves. They have 2 reception errors already. They're hitting 400.
Braden Savitsky Lynn serving for Ball State. Goes over towards Kelly. Rowan back to Decker. Decker misses wide. And like that, UCLA up 3 at 19-16, which forces a timeout for Coach John Hawks and his UCLA Bruins. As you look at Ball State taking their time off the court in our time out in our first point collegiate challenge. It's been an incredible first match going into our second set here, Charlie.
And it appears this is going to be another incredible barn burner.
You're looking at head coach John Hawks, who's got Patrick Rogers back to the service line, up 22-18 here in set number 1. Rogers over towards Conley. Tight pass saved by Rowan. Back set. And finding nobody home is Sean Kelly.
Well, Rowan got the ball. It was going over the net. He one-handed and brought it inside. Forcing the hitter to come inside, beat the block.
UCLA having some work to do, down 19-22 with Kelly back at the service line. Goes off the cable share from his knees. Machado to Lewis. And he drops it down the line for point going to Ball State. 23-19. That brings Savitsky Lynn back to serve. The 6'7" junior middle from Roscoe, Illinois. Savitsky Lynn over towards Rama. Rowan looks, shoots in the middle, and Thorne adding to the highlight reel.
That Lynn.
Back to serve is Cameron Thorne, serving at 23. And dropping the rock and then for Ball State. We have our first set point for Ball State. Set point serving to 20. Lewis hits it wide. Point going to UCLA 21, serving as set point number 2. David Decker at the service line. And an ace for Decker as it goes into the crowd for a souvenir. Decker, that's ace number 1 of the night, 6th of the season.
I wish the radar gun
Ball State.
Wish the radar gun was open on that one.
That definitely was 72 plus.
Yeah, that was pretty rapid.
As you look at the UCLA timeout, our fans in attendance wearing the blue and gold, supporting their team. There's a lot of, we'll say, Southern Californians in the house here with this club tournament. Yeah, I saw Michael Boley of MB Surf, some SCVC clubs which have guys from high schools that are on these teams.
Yes, a lot of them.
And same with all these other schools. Their clubs are playing just beyond the wall to next us.
This tournament has over 950 teams, boys teams from all over the United States. And in conjunction, this is the highlight of it, to come watch these 4 very, very good college teams. Mike
Iandolo, going into his first year as head coach of Ball State, was a head coach at Charleston in West Virginia, and then became an assistant with Donan Cruz in 2022 at Ball State, and then just took the head coach position here in 2026. Set point number 2 for Ball State. Decker serves. Rogers to Machado. Back over to Lewis. Lewis off the block, and Ball State takes the first set 25-22 to go up 1-0 in our best of 5 first point lead in tomorrow's match.
Yep.
As we get ready to go here in set number 2. Wong Diallo over to Rogers. Machado back over to Lewis. Lewis denied, covered by Basilio. Rogers off the outside, blocking out a play. This Ball State team is scrappy and gritty.
Very, very much so.
And their libero, this is his first match back in 2026. Due to some eligibility reasons or NCAA, I guess, career eligibility, he had to sit out the first 2 matches and is now officially available and got the starting nod tonight. That's speaking about Scherer, Victor Scherer.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's really, UCLA is jump serving every ball really hard. And Ball State.
Ryan Lewis challenging Decker and Thorne and winning out.
And Ball State's passing, excellent. They're in system every single time. Even with UCLA servers, all 6 serving it really hard.
Rogers serving again. Takes a little off it. Saved by Rowan. Rama takes a rip. Machado on the Gator dig. Set by Basilio. Inside set. Shove up top. And looks like it's stuff block up top by Thorne, Decker, and Kelly. Thought there may have been a net, but coach, correction referee number 2, Sergio Gonzalez-Amelie, said his ball in the net.
Yeah.
2-2. Rogers passes off. Machado looks, shoots it way out to the pin to Basilio, and he's denied. Decker goes off the dome of Basilio on that solo dome shot. The double dome. His dome off the attacker dome.
The well-timed block. Got his hands up and over. One-on-one. Nowhere to go with it.
UCLA up 3-2. Rama on the rip. Rogers in the middle and blasting it. Jacob Surratt, the 6'6" junior middle. The former All-Orange Empire Conference honoree in 2024.
As an outside hitter.
Surratt going back to serve. Winds up. Pass by Kelly. Rowan in the middle of Thorne, who hits it wide. That was a little low for Thorne with how high he jumps, because that was taken by his ear.
Yeah.
Here, watch that replay. He didn't have the full extension he normally does. Surratt. This one goes into the net. As UCLA's all tied up 4s with the Cardinals. Cameron Thorne at the service line for the Bruins. Thorne 3 kills off 4 swings, hitting .400. Machado goes back over to Lewis, and Lewis going thumb down off the block of Kelly.
Sean Kelly tried to split that block. He spread his hands apart, and it caught the inside hand and went out of bounds.
That brings Ryan Lewis back to serve for Ball State. Ball State over towards Kelly, saved by Rowan, right side over to Decker, rolls it off the block, and both Ball State athletes unable to come up with the ball. But a great effort by Lewis and Rogers. Smart play by Decker on the Bruins side. All he had was that 2-2 angle open, and he took advantage of every bit of available real estate on that one. As Decker goes back to serve, tied up at 5s. Decker into the net, point, Ball State.
Well, I'll tell you, the average miles per hour of the serves of UCLA, they're all just ripping it hard. And sometimes, you know, teams pass well, and then all of a sudden it just breaks.
Service ace for Basilio. Second of the night, 3rd on the season for the sophomore outside from Ballinafad, Ontario, Canada. Basilio this time goes into the net. UCLA awarded the point on the service error, bringing Sean Kelly back to serve for UCLA. These teams are playing a level ball. UCLA hitting 448 for the match. Ball State hitting 414. And look out below. Savitsky Lynn. Welcome to the highlight zone.
But again, perfect pass. Perfect pass off a very good serve.
Savitsky Lynn winds up. Pass by Conley. Rowan outside Rama. One hand dig by Lewis. Saved by Savitsky Lynn. Goes over. Picked up by Decker. Big by Kelly. And he hits it into the net. Point going to Ball State. And UCLA getting a bit of the unforced error bug early on here in our second set. Savitsky Lynn goes off speed, picked up by Rama. Rowan back over to Decker. And ball goes off the block and out of play with the change-up winner by Decker.
She took a little off of it. That's a lot of times that'll work. You change the tempo of the hit, and you'll catch the block on the way down.
Michael Wong Diallo serving for UCLA, the 6'9" junior middle from Los Angeles, California, Marshall High School. Ball's passed by, I believe it's Scherer, and Machado takes out the trash. You know, it's very rare that you have a good left-handed setter with a swing like that.
Yeah, he could. That's not the first time he's hit a ball over. Machado now goes back to serve. A missile over the net. Decker on the swing, and check for survivors. David Decker coming in hot.
I'm telling you, he has improved physicality. His quickness off his feet are so much faster than it was a year ago.
Rowan back to the service line for the Bruins, trailing 8-10. Another great serve. Machado in the middle over towards Surratt, and Surratt takes a little off of it and gets the winner. And that brings Rogers to the service line. 4 kills, hitting .500. 2 aces, a dig, and a block. He's doing everything tonight. Rogers. Pass by Conley. Rowan back over to Rama. Blocked up top, covered by Conley. Rowan shoot to Thorne. He's blocked. Ball goes in the net, saved by Rowan. Thorne swings, goes long. And looks like a touch is going to be called on the defender. Will there be a challenge? Mike Iandoa already down 1 challenge. They are not going to challenge. As Rama goes back to serve, trailing only by a pair, now at 9-11. Rama, pass by Rogers. Big, and Rogers showing the hot stuff.
Cross-court serve, hard. He passes it back right and hits the pick on the left side of the court.
The guy wants to play beach volleyball.
Yeah.
12-9 our score. Surratt over towards Conley, back over towards Decker. Dug by Rogers. Machado back to Lewis. Lewis dug by Rama. High ball out to Kelly. Kelly on the shove, recovered by the Bruins. Rowan looks, goes back to Decker, and Decker drills the pill. Ten serving 12. I feel like they're pushing on the pedal a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
Both sides trying to get this win here in the second set. Thorne. Perfect pass by Basilio. Basilio over the block. Dug into the net. Knocked over by Decker. Misses long. Point going to Ball State. That ball was close in that overplay, but the fact that Rama had the consciousness to do that and awareness was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Falling like 2 inches short, or long. Conley, good pass. Decker, dug by Lewis, and running out of real estate are Basilio and Scherer. 11 serving at 13. Decker going back to the service line for UCLA. Decker, 8 kills, hitting .500 with an assist and ace and 2 blocks. Decker to Scherer. Shanked. Basilio on the save. Roll shot by Basilio as he gets back into play. Cross court rip over by Kelly. Ball State keeps it in play, but a 4 contact call called on the Ball State side. Excellent effort by the Cardinals. A little too many touches as the Bruins pull it on.
But even that, they didn't score the point, but they're playing so hard. Watch this, watch this.
2.
And he almost gets it.
Oh, great save by Machado off the bomb on the spin. Shove shot through the block by Basilio. I thought that fell on the Bruins side. I guess it went through the block. Or it's blocked. Let's see here.
They called a net.
Oh, called a net. Okay.
Yeah.
So net violation called on Ball State, tying it up at 13s. Decker goes into the net. In fact, that was really low into the bottom tape of the net.
Yeah. Toss was so low.
Basilio back to the service line for Ball State. Grazes the net, picked up by Rama. Back out over to Kelly. Kelly over the block. And no call made, so we're going to the video to make the call. So again, no challenge since there are no lines officials. The referee is choosing to look at the video to make the right call. So let's see the replay and see if we can determine where the ball landed. So there's Kelly on that left side. Oh, cut it off right before it happened. But it was called in nonetheless. Here we go again, Kelly.
Wow, that was
razor thin.
Bing bong, and then yeah.
14-14. Kelly back to serve for UCLA. Scherer to Machado and Savitsky Lynn getting his. Here we go. Savitsky Lynn cross court, saved by the Bruins. That's Kelly Conley to Rama. Machado on 2, and Machado being the aggressor on the option ball or 2-ball termination. 16-14.
Ball State is the aggressor.
And we got a immediate timeout taken by Coach John Hodgson. The Bruins trailing here in set number 2.
Well, again, Ball State is able to be the aggressive attacking team because they're controlling the serve receive, putting every ball in the setter's hand, Machado's hand. That last play, perfect pass, which allowed him to get up and attack and swing at it.
You know, Ball State is really turning some heads here tonight because everyone seemed like we're going to check out the Bruins, but Ball State is being gritty, they're grinding, they're scrappy, and they're relentless.
You know, the other match, people said, well, Stanford, had lost their first match of the year. Loyola Chicago should be, the better team by far. Well, no. Really even, very, very even. Again, that goes into the how normal, how many good teams there are in the nation.
UCLA first to retake the court out of the UCLA timeout. Ball State taking court as well. As we're waiting, Braden Savitsky Lynn back to serve for the Cardinals. Savitsky Lynn, the 6'7" junior middle from Roscoe, Illinois. Dream job, he wants to be a veterinarian. Well, good, Braden, because I got a new puppy. Ball's passed by Rama. High ball back to Rama, give and go. Basilio recovers, backs at Machado. Lewis inside the block, dug by Decker, picked up by Rowan. Rama denied by the triple trouble of Surratt, Machado, and Rogers. UCLA up 17-14. Savitsky Lynn finding his groove at the service line, goes over towards Rama. Rowan to Thorne, and Thorne drops a nail on the sideline. Correction is Micah Wong Diallo dropping that ball.
Yep.
Wong Diallo over towards Basilio. Machado back to Lewis. Lewis on the cut shot, misses wide. Machado led him a little too far forward on that one.
Yeah, and too far outside. Had to kind of jump sideways to get to it.
Wong Diallo serving again, trailing by 1 at 16-17. Wong Diallo over towards Basilio. Machado outside. Rogers. Rogers has been so consistent. 5 kills, hitting .571, 2 aces, 2 digs, and 2 blocks.
UCLA is going to stop either one of these two. They're going to have to wait on the block.
Machado off speed to Thorne. Outside Rama, tips, picked up by Machado, set by Basilio. Rogers off the triple block, recycles it. Machado sets middle over to Surratt, dug by Kelly. Rowan back over to Decker. Decker off the block and for the winner and point. You know, watching all the little things that Andrew Rowan's doing to keep that ball, put up a hittable ball is amazing.
Yeah, he moves. He sees his feet are so efficient.
Is it still on? As you go out the block in the middle, that's Zach Rama. Point going to UCLA, and we're tied at 18s.
That ball's just on top, and it's whoever can get to it, and Rama was aggressive as he got up, got the ball, pushed it into the hands, and threw it out of bounds.
Well, with that, we got a timeout taken by Ball State. We got a timeout taken by UCLA. A correction by Ball State. Now we're all tied up 18 apiece. And Charlie, you know, you've come out of the second set. You took the first set, you were leading, and now UCLA's come on back. What are you telling your guys if you're Coach Iandolo?
UCLA has kind of had to wake up. They figured out that they need to make the little plays or they're going to be in trouble. You know, both teams are still hitting 400. So, you know, that they're still at 400, both teams. And the blocks are even, the digs are even. The one thing that's not even are the service errors. UCLA has 1 ace and 8 service errors, whereas Ball State is just at 4 and 5. That's a huge advantage.
Well, Ball State still looks like they're playing free-spirited and they're not discouraged by any means, but they had a 3-point lead at one point.
Yeah.
Rowan back to serve, cross court over towards Scherer. Machado flings it back to Rogers, and it's a low set, and somehow gets a tool on a set below the net.
He underhands it up into the block and out of bounds. Now, my question is, why is UCLA blocking on the ball that he has to hit underhand? You look, you say, hold it, no. We're going to go down block on this.
19 serving to 18. Rogers, one of his very few errors, comes at an inopportune time. Could have gone up, but instead we're all tied at 19s. Zach Rama back to serve for UCLA. Rama, the 6'8" outside hitter. Machado goes back to Lewis. Ball's knocked off the block and out of play. Kelly and Thorne were there, but it was hit so hard it fell back over in area 5. And we've got a substitution coming in for the first time. The 6'4" freshman Tyler Wint from Winter Park, Florida, Lake Howell High School. Wint winds up on the approach, goes over towards Conley. Rowan in the middle, and Boston out. The whooping stick is Cameron Thorne as that ball bounces off the ground and over towards the Mars Mission. And back in comes Jacob Surratt for Tyler Wint. Checking in for the first time is Grayson Bradford. Bradford hybrid over towards Rogers. Machado back to Lewis. Off the top of the block, dug by Rowan. Rama goes right side. Decker, and Decker hits it off the sideline, and advantage goes to UCLA. 21 serving to 20.
Decker has 10 kills already in the middle of the second set.
Bradford is huge. He is listed at 6'10", and he serves that one into the net. Was one of the top recruits in the nation last year. Playing for Miracosta High School, a boys volleyball powerhouse.
Yeah, he was legit and really good at Miracosta, who won everything last year.
He subbed in for Cameron Thorne, and he makes Cameron look short.
Yes.
Ball's passed by Rama, out of system play. Kelly to Decker. Decker hits it long. Point going to Ball State. Advantage Cardinals, 22-21. And we've now got a video challenge by Coach John Hawks of UCLA. Original call was there's no touch on that block. He is challenging that there was a touch by the Ball State block. So let's see if we can get that replay.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think, Charlie? I've been so wrong tonight, I don't even want to say anything.
It looks like it's the middle. Yeah, right there. Right in the middle of little finger they got bent back.
Now, I'm going to go, because every time I think of something, I'm going to go against it. So I'm going to say there was a touch. So, bench now, the Ball State bench. Brian Hogue there, one of the assistants for Mike Iandolo. And looks like challenge unsuccessful by UCLA. They go down to one challenge remaining, as well as Ball State. So we've got 22-21. Ball State with Lewis back to serve. Tight pass to Rowan in the middle to Wang Diallo, dug by Scherer. Machado looks, shoots big over to Rogers, dug by Rowan. Left side over to Kelly. Kelly wipes it, dug by Scherer. And a net violation called against Ball State.
They just got a little too aggressive on the block and reached over. Great defensive play by Scherer to run that thing down. It was right in area 4.
Savitsky Lynn was shocked. It was Machado that went in the net, and he's like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
And we got a timeout taken by Coach Mike Iandolo. We've got the chess game going on here in our red zone of volleyball. That's beyond the 20s. Well, so we had a stoppage with that timeout challenge by Coach John Hawks, and now Iandolo taking his timeout, trying to slow any kind of rhythm that UCLA has.
Yeah. At 22 all, you start, because every point matters. And realize in rally scoring, when you lose a point, you actually lose 2 points, because you lose the point and they get a point. And so it's really important now to know what the other team's going to do offensively and do what you have to do to counter what they're doing.
We're looking at the Ball State huddle as they are ready to take court. They are already up 1-0, and there is a whole lot of energy and excitement in this venue right now. And it's extremely loud and bouncing in here for so many reasons. You got an excited group of boys from the Southwest Classic in here watching UCLA and Ball State, and a bunch of volleyball fans. A lot of adults coming in here watching these matches.
Yeah. It's great when you see old teams come in together and are able to watch it and know what to do.
Decker serving for the Bruins. Scherer, a perfect pass to Machado. Outside to Basilio, and taking the decoy was a Bruin block. Basilio went 1-on-none.
Nice set by Machado.
2.
When you look at it, he gets up, pulls that middle, and then they're just...
Oh, he just held his jump too long. Rowan was right there.
Yeah.
23-22, Basilio serving. Goes cross over towards Rama, outside to Kelly, and look out below! Ladies and gentlemen, there's a Thor sighting as the Thunder has hit the floor.
Sean Kelly did not have that shot last year. He does now.
23-23. Kelly back to the service line. High spin serve toss, misses long, and it is set point Ball State, serving to 23. And we've got a substitution coming in. Will Patterson checking in for Braden Savitsky-Lynn, but we've got a timeout. Chess move for UCLA as they take the timeout.
Yeah, this sub bringing Patterson in, he's a really good blocker, and that makes the sub right here at this time. He can get one block. There's the set.
Well, we shall see. Mike Iandolo only speaking to his libero, Victor Scherer. What do you think he's telling him?
Well, I think he's been asking what the libero sees on the court and what he needs to tell. Now, see, now he's walked over to talk to the rest of the team, tell them what they need to do.
I like the Ball State fans there. They've got their own style here. They got their bling, they got their fuzz. Yeah. And they're ready to go out on the town. I wonder if Mick Haley will wear something like that. I mean, he is a Ball State alum.
He would not ever wear something like that.
It'd go viral. I'm pretty sure it'd go viral.
We're going to get him on tomorrow night. You can ask him whatever you want.
We'll just create an AI image of Mick with that same outfit on. Ball State on the court. UCLA waiting for their opponents, serving for their first set point. Can the Cardinals go up 2-0, or will UCLA battle back in on the equalizer set?
Well, that was just a timeout at Ball State serving. Let's see what happens here.
Set point number 1, serving at 23. Checking in is Will Patterson for Braden Savitsky-Lynn.
And I was wrong. He's not going in to block. He's going in to serve.
6'10" server.
Yeah.
Float. Pass by Conley. Rowan. Outside. Rama sneaks it by the block. We're tied at 24s.
You know, Rama just slowed that ball down, let the block come up and come back down, and then was able to push through it.
Well, Rama has a great volley IQ. Yeah. He's like that silent wizard, so to speak.
Played a lot of volleyball.
Checking in for UCLA, Trent Taliaferro in for Michael Wong Diallo.
With Rowan as the senior, it'll probably be Taliaferro's job to set next year.
Good pass by Rogers. Machado, high ball back over to Lewis. Lewis inside the block and wide. We've got a reversal of fortune. Set point UCLA, serving at 24.
Boy, I sure would recommend UCLA's right side defense get a little. Ball's going to come there when it's off the net that far.
Taliaferro winds up again from the service line for the Bruins. Pass by Basilio, Machado, and Savitsky-Lynn denied by Thorne and Rowan. And UCLA steals a second set, 26-24 to grab the equalizer. We're all tied at one piece here at the First Point Collegiate Challenge presented by Nike. We'll be back.
The volleyball his entire life, through Austin Juniors, through club volleyball, through University of Texas, through our program, helping to bring our program back. Helping to start new programs with First Point. Just an incredible human being and such a giver to the sport of volleyball.
Now, you've obviously got to spend 4 or 5 years. COVID always throws me off because it was right in that time frame, but you've done a lot of work. How long have you known them? Did you know them before coaching Nathan?
You know what? That's the interesting thing about Glenn, Lizzie, and Kathy. You didn't know them, but you did. You didn't know what they were doing, but that was now
so true.
The things that I did as a volleyball player and as a coach were impacted by them without me knowing it, and that's the special thing about that family.
Well, it's a special group of family that you've had the chance to work with, and I know Kathy would love to be here and especially supporting your Stanford Cardinal team.
Yep.
Any special words for her?
Kathy, we love you. We support you. We actually were here. This is an incredible event. This is a great event to honor Glenn. Incredible crowds here, incredible volleyball tournament, a great club tournament. City of Phoenix has done a great job for us. Glenn would have been so proud, so proud.
Well, excellent, Coach John Cossey of Stanford. Looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow night. Didn't get the match tonight, but it was definitely, your team had the fight and the grit. Yeah. So looking forward to match number 2 for the Cardinals.
Thank you so much. And Glenn, love you. Wish you. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Back into play here in set number 3, all tied up at 1 apiece and 1 apiece in sets as we go back into action. Again, it's always a great pleasure to have head coach Don Costi. Anytime you can chat with him, always such a great person, individual. And again, our hearts, prayers, sympathies, and condolences go to the Litsky family. And Kathy, you are in our hearts here, trying to represent Glenn and you and the legacy that you've created, and we're hoping to continue to do so in the upcoming years.
You know, being an older coach and being around a lot of younger people, when something tragic like this happens, the question is always why. And I always try to bring up that a lot of times this happens so that we can all learn to emulate the great qualities people have. And if people can learn from who Glenn Litsky was and be better people because of that, our world will be better.
Well, looking at Cameron Thorne back to the service line for UCLA. They're up 3-2 here in set number 3. Thorne drops an ace into the corner. Rogers took the right step, but for some reason let it go. It looked like there was nothing to question. It was in or out. It was low enough.
I think he got a late start on it, and so then he just said, no, I don't want to do it.
Thorne off the cable. Rogers passes almost out of play. Lewis chops it inside the triple block. The Bruins are throwing a triple block on Lewis every time now.
Well, I really believe you can dig his cross court. You can dig on the front right, back right players.
Back to serve Jacob Surratt of the Cardinals. Rama. Rowan looks, goes to Decker, and Decker's denied by Basilio and Savitsky Lynn. Looks like Basilio and Savitsky Lynn may have knocked knees. Basilio with a little hobble as he came off the block. But he's a tough Canadian. He'll be good as he turns around. All tied at 4. Service ace for Surratt and the Cardinal. That's Jacob Surratt's first ace of the season. As the Cardinal faithful celebrating with Surratt. Surratt going back to serve for Ball State. Surratt 3 kills, 0 errors, hitting .750. Ball's passed off net by Connolly. Kelly over the block, one-hand dig by Surratt. Rogers out of the back row and tools the triple block. That couldn't have been more of a broken play put away than that.
How about Surratt? Well, how about Surratt, your middle blocker, playing the ball out of bounds with his left hand to get it over there?
Surratt, that's career high dig number 1.
Yeah.
Make that another ace for Surratt. Point going to Ball State, 7 serving 4. What is it about Surratt's serve that is being so nasty right now?
Well, it's hard, first of all, and the ball's moving all over the place. It's not a natural, normal spin.
I mean, you just saw that inline view. There wasn't a bunch of tail on it, and Rama has been lining up and getting his midline, but he's still getting aced.
Yeah. That's one of the things people don't like about midline. And midline's great for young passers because it allows for success early. But the reality is the game is played a lot outside your midline. So you got to learn how to rotate your shoulders to reverse the direction of that ball. Yeah. So the next step after beginning with midline is to work on widening your passing platform so you can take the ball outside of that.
Well, there's some serves that rise on the float serve, but these spin serves that Surratt's hitting, they've got a tail on it, so they're hooking into the receiver, or depending on the way you move, of course.
Yeah. And where you start.
Yeah. And the crowd still has a lot of energy here, and where they're loving the competition they're seeing our First Point Collegiate Challenge. Jacob Surratt on a intense scoring run here. been at the service line for at least 3 attempts, and this one hits long, but not before the damage has been done.
You know, it's interesting. UCLA is leading in the hitting percentage. Again, they still have 10 service errors.
Decker and Basilio gets ace. Decker dropping that nasty ace. We were talking about that whip. Well, that lefty from that corner in area 5 going cross court to 5-5 whip. Look at that thing.
Yep.
That's ace number 2 for the night, 7th on the season for Decker.
You know, right-handers have their whip usually goes.
Ball's picked up by the Bruins on the soft shot by Sabitsky Lynn. Rogers in one-hand save. Scherer picks it up. Machado just free balls it over. Conley on the offering. Big over to Rama, and he delivers, overloading the Ball State block. A lot of fast bodies attacking the net on the Bruins side.
The right-hander tails to the left. The left-hander tails to the right. People see the right-handers a lot more than the left-handers. That's why the left-hand tail is so successful.
Decker cross court over towards Rogers. Machado outside. Basilio off the block. Kelly on the hand pass. Rowan back right side. Decker, and Decker heating up. That, my friends, is some North Carolina barbecue.
That's a lot of power. Found the seam in the block and basically bounced it.
David Decker showing he's got a cannon affixed to his shoulder. Decker high toss. Rogers overpass covered by Conley. Down ball by Kelly. Rogers. Machado outside. Basilio rolls it by the block, and Rowan, or correction, Decker unable to get underneath it. Eight serving 8. That brings Ryan Lewis back to serve, who's been a little quiet since the second set.
Yep. 10
kills, hitting .273. And gets an ace off of Kelly. Lewis, that's his 3rd ace of the season, 1st of the night.
It almost seems like the UCLA passers have not seen this hard a serve, whereas their players serve it this hard, but they're being surprised by these balls.
Drilled once again, fired outside, over towards Kelly, dug and saved by Scherer. Down ball by Lewis, and it misses long. But you gotta love the scrappiness and the never say quit of the Ball State team right now.
You got one blocker up on Rama, and he just lines up in the seam and digs him.
Kelly goes into the net. Point Ball State, 10-9. All right, Will Basilio stepping back to serve the 6'5", sophomore outside that played on the 2025 U21 men's Canadian national team. Chopping it over to Kelly. Rowan. Rama goes off the outside block. It's like a Rama has these spaghetti arms, and they get firm and they drill it off the block. Do we have a challenge? No, we have a video challenge. A touch off of Rama on the return ball off the block is what we're looking for. That was close. What do you think, Charlie? Did you see that replay?
I didn't see it.
They played it on the screen inside the venue. We haven't seen it yet on our screen yet, but it looked like it may have bounced off of Rama as he came down. So there's the block. Oh, it came off his face.
Yeah.
Right there.
The shoulder.
Right here.
Right on the top of his shoulder.
That's a great challenge, assuming they see the same footage. And they're taking a long time to look at this one. Interesting. Here we go. They're shown on the main screen now. Inside the venue. And the call is overturned. Iandolo now 1 for 3 on challenges. Or no, 2 for 3. 2 for 3. He lost one.
You got one right just there.
I know. That's like 1 out of 100 right now. Good. 10-10 our score. Basilio cross court to Kelly. Rowan fires it back to Decker. And Decker going off the block. You got to look at Decker, who stands at 6'9", the redshirt junior from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Cardinal Gibbons High School. You've seen a lot of players coming out of that school.
Well, he actually played volleyball in club in Florida. Drove down.
Christopher Hirsch now serving as he checks in. Machado outside, Rogers off speed, Kelly on the dig. Thorne blocked in the middle by Rogers and Savitsky-Lin. Rama chop shot and uses that roll shot magic. Rama, a super freak on that shot. He showed everything was going to be the bomb. Pulls back and hits an off speed.
In men's defense especially, people back the back right up and for the hit down the line, which leaves that short line open.
And Lewis hits it off the antenna. Point UCLA as they take the lead, 12-11. Looking at Andrew Rowan and Zach Rama. Here's that attack by Lewis. Where you can see the UCLA coaching staff being active on their sideline as Basilio takes that serve. Rogers off the top of the block. Hirsch was rotating over towards area 5 for his defensive position and took it high off the chest.
Which means it might have been out. He's a pretty big guy.
Hirsch at 6'9". Wow. 12-12. Savitsky-Lin winds up, one-hand pass, shove, and Rogers denies Rowan on the joust. Good anticipation by Rogers. I think they may have seen a little too much of each other in the USA gym this last summer.
Yeah. Rowan's got to take that and push it up. Give your team time to cover.
Great serve by Savitsky-Lin, picked up by Conley, outside Rama. Rama pops a cap in the corner. How did he hit that over that block?
Goes over the block, and then he actually went inside out to the deep seam. Got it in.
13-13, Rowan back to serve. Rowan takes a crack and hits it directly into the net. Rowan on the night has 31 assists as we look at Lucas Machado, his setter counterpart with 29. Goes down the line to Rama. Rowan back to Rama, tipped over the block. Scherer there on the cleanup. Big to Basilio, and a missed opportunity. No blockers up, and it hit it wide. 14-14. Rama at the service line for UCLA. Rama, 9 kills, hitting .318. And waffles that long. As we take a peek over on the Ball State side, Mike Iandolo talking to his center, Lucas Machado, as Patrick Rogers lines up at the service line. Rogers, pass by Conley. Rowan, and a little shake and bake action by Thorne as he goes to the quick backset.
They've been running the front one, the front quick over and over and over again. And just to go behind the center, Ball State didn't adjust to that at all.
Thorne on the serve. Scherer, good pass. Machado, big over. On the 40 is Patrick Rogers. Wow.
And nobody
pass.
Same idea. Go to a different zone. And no adjustment was made by UCLA. Look at that.
Man, that is the fast and furious back row offense right there.
Yeah.
Pass by Rama. Rowan to Decker. And Decker making it look easy. It seems like Ball State cannot stop what Decker's doing out of that right side.
His arm swing is so quick. It's hard to make an adjustment to it.
Decker at the service line, tied up at 16s. And that's the undoing right there. Those service errors, they're sliding out, but those service errors.
That's 12. 12 already.
Actually, I have 14 service errors for UCLA right now. Rowan in the middle, over to Hirsch, and it's knocked off the block and out of play. So Coach John Hawks going to a different middle in place of Michael Wong Diallo. Hirsch, the 6'9" redshirt junior from Cupertino, coming around the front row now for UCLA as Sean Kelly goes back to serve. And that serve goes into the net.
Well, that's 15, huh?
That's going to be a number to watch because UCLA's doubled up Ball State's service errors, 14-7. Basilio over towards Kelly. Machado on the solo block of Rama. Scherer bumps at Rogers. Tip by the block, covered by Decker. Rogers on the rejection, Conley in the cover, Kelly on the save. Rama takes a rip and misses long. Fantastic gut play by Ball State. But I'm telling you, the aggression of Lucas Machado is the X factor right now.
He brings them all with him, too.
And that serve misses long by Basilio. 18 serving at 19. And that brings Chris Hirsch back to serve. Hirsch has got a kill on one attempt. Hirsch on the swing, misses long. 20-18. And entering the red zone first are the Cardinals of Ball State here in set number 3. Braden Savitsky, Lynn doing damage on the service line tonight. Goes over towards Rama. Rowan to Thorne. And Thorne delivers immediately.
Thorne brings that arm around, and so you kind of don't know which way he's going to go with it. And he just looks at the block and cuts it by it.
Rowan back to the service line for UCLA. Cross court over towards Basilio. Broken play. Bump set by Scherer. And Rogers on the jump. What's the term for outside? You have to get the go ball or the garbage.
You got the difference in the tempo is the tough part. You have to just wait and be patient on that high ball.
21-19, and Basilio, crushing Machado, serves into the net. I wonder what everyone's conditioning is here early in the season, because there's not as much pop in everyone's step right now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Rama over to Rogers. Machado in the middle. Great dig by Conley, set by Rowan. Tip by the block, swatted up top by Rogers. Bumped up by Decker. Kelly swings. Triple trouble by Rogers, Surratt, and Lewis. Kelly had no daylight of any kind on that ball. 22-20 with Rogers back to the service line. Rogers winds up over towards Rama. Backs at Decker. Decker waffles it into the coaching staff. 23, serving at 20. I expect a timeout. But we're going to have a video challenge instead by Coach John Hawks. Touch on the block. Original call, no touch on the block. And this is an important challenge. If Hawks loses this, he has no more unless you go to a 5th set.
Right.
That was, what you think, Charlie? If we see that replay by Decker.
His timing has been so good, it's almost like he's lost focus. To your point about how's your conditioning.
What do you think?
I think that he
went right through the uprights.
Yeah. Still trying to hit hands. Yeah, high hands. He's been really good at it.
Oh, there is a touch. Oh, a successful challenge by Coach John Hawks, who still has one more challenge remaining. That's an important point. 21-22 the score. Would have been 23-20 Ball State.
Wow.
Well, you don't see Ball State middles arguing.
No. No.
That brings Taliaferro back in for serving purposes. Trent Taliaferro standing at 6'3", correction, 6'5". Tight pass. Kelly, dug by Rogers, up and over, picked up by Taliaferro. Set back, Decker fires and puts it away, and we're tied at 22s.
Here we go.
Oh boy, it's a set to 3 now. And we got a timeout taken by Coach Mike Iandolo and the Ball State Cardinals. Our slugfest of a match again. Taliaferro to Rogers, tight pass, goes over, Hirsch on the hand pass. Rowan back over to Decker. Decker grabs the sideline, and Decker playing heroics here for the Bruins. 23-22.
Great set by Rowan. If it were any higher, they would have gotten a block in front of it. It was lower, right at the antenna, giving him the line shot.
Taliaferro on the spin delivery, goes high on Scherer. Machado right side to Lewis. Lewis block covered by Rogers. Machado outside Basilio, and Basilio tools the outside block to tie it up at 23s.
Interesting, Basilio was hitting 0 to this time. That's his first positive kill.
The UCLA's really shut down Ryan Lewis. He's only hitting 160 tonight.
Yeah.
Surratt serving. Tough serve picked up by Rama. Back set Decker. Decker sends fire in the hole. Huge seam in that block between Savitsky, Lynn, and Basilio. And we've got set point UCLA serving at 23. We got a timeout taken by Mike Iandolo, his second and final timeout.
You know, again, that set was low, and it kind of directed Decker right into the hole, into the seam. He just swung straight away.
Well, I wonder if that was supposed to be the blocking scheme, and Savitsky Lynn just didn't get out to the outside pin.
I think the set was so quick that he didn't have time to get out there. So.
Well, we've got the Ball State huddle there, looking intense and focusing in on Coach Iandolo and what he has to say. And you got your UCLA fans trying to rile up their guys on their side of the court. And we are ready to go. It is set point UCLA serving to 23. You're looking at David Decker at the service line, who tonight already has a couple of aces.
He's got five airs, though.
What do you think? Does the timeout ice him?
This is a surge just to get in. You got the momentum going.
I was thinking a little too much. You can see that in his walk back over to his service area routine.
Yep.
Decker, high toss. Takes a little off it, picked up by Basilio. Machado outside Basilio. Dug by Conley, diving into the angle. Kelly on transition, dug by Machado. Bumps it by Scherer, right side to Lewis. Lewis, cross court, cutting.
Put a guy, your right side defender needs to be back there. He wants to go cross court.
We're tied at 24s. And that brings Lewis back to serve after that put away. Lewis down the line. Kelly to Rowan. Back to Decker. Decker sizzles it inside the block. Set point number 2 for UCLA. Serving at 24.
Decker's vision. He sees beyond the block, sees where the defenders are, and lays it in between them.
Kelly serving again for set point. Picked up. And it's an ace for a winner as Scherer and Rogers collide. UCLA takes the third to go up 2-1 in our best of 5 first point collegiate challenge presented by Nike. Off with serve. Float serve misses long. Point going to Ball State. 1-0. Lucas Machado back to serve. Machado stands at 6'6", a lefty setter from Canela, Brazil. Cracks it over to Rama. Rowan back to Rama, and Rama easily delivers down the line. Funny talking to Coach John Hawks about the relationship between Rama and Rowan, and they've been inseparable since committing.
Yeah. They committed an hour apart and have done nothing but be together the whole 4 years.
Rowan with a laser pass by Basilio, backs it over to Rogers, and Rogers grabs the sideline. Rogers is a phenomenon here. He is a fun player to watch. He definitely plays like a freestyle, free spirit type mentality. Hybrid over towards Kelly. Rowan back sets Decker. And, Rama, and Decker hammers it by the block of Basilio.
Now, playing right side last year helped Rama be able to side out on the right side in row 1.
Wood came in with that extreme angle. He only had one direction in mind.
Yep.
Rama high spin. Rogers on the pass. And knocking it down, Jacob Surratt. Surratt being available for the quick feed. 3-2. Surratt on the serve. Down the line, misses a couple feet long. 3-3. Cameron Thorne at the service line for UCLA. Thorne, 8 kills, 1 error, hitting .583. 1 assist, 2 digs, and 4 blocks.
It'd be nice to get him the ball more, but I don't think they've passed well enough.
And that serve misses long. Point going to Ball State. As you take a peek at Ryan Lewis serving for Ball State. Again, Ryan Lewis not having a Ryan Lewis kind of night that he's had these last few matches, but he's still double-digit kills with 11, hitting .192.
The first set he was pretty good, but then I think the second and third sets he slowed down.
Go off the cable. Conley on the pickup. Decker up and away. Decker now with 19 kills. He's hitting just under 600.
Your opposite right side player is supposed to have a high percentage hitting, and he's doing it.
Decker serves long. Yeah, Decker is hitting exactly 600 after that last put away, but unfortunately serves that ball long. Will Basilio steps back to serve for the Cardinals. Basilio, 5 kills. Goes down the line, passed by Rama. Back to Rama on the pick, and sending fire down the pipe is Rama. Ball's passed by Basilio, right side Lewis, and a miss hit. He was just all funky on that last approach. And I don't think the set was very good also.
The set was drifting, and he was on his way to hit a ball that wasn't.
6-5 Bruins. Kelly over towards Basilio. Machado on the quick. And Savitsky Lynn bringing it in the middle. Savitsky Lynn back to serve for Ball State. Savitsky Lynn winds up on that spin. Rama being the target. Rama over the block, but out of play. Oh, and a touch was called on the block.
Nobody's complaining.
Must have Machado, that setter mentality, wanting to touch everything out there. Christopher Hirsch serving for UCLA, 7-6. Rising pass by Basilio, forced outside to Rogers. And Rogers takes the leap into the highlight zone. Look at this replay by Patrick Rogers. Signature 10-foot time bomb. Right through the legs of Decker.
He gave him 5 feet of line to hit. That doesn't work very well.
What's going on here? We've got Patrick Rogers talking to Patty Rolfe, our R1, asking I believe Lucas Machado not to push back the ball stops
Oh, yeah.
to increase his travel path or his launch pad.
Yep.
Jump serve, pass, Rowan outside to Rama, and that 4-4 fireball is a thing of beauty.
That set came out so fast and held the middle look, and then it looked just like he's going to set the quick, and they put it outside. What a
Rama
great
has
set.
got a wrist on a swivel.
Yeah.
It's the only way he could hit that angle.
Yep.
Rowan with a bomb. Pass by Scherer, set by Machado, back to Rogers. Rogers off the top of the block, and that's just OH mentality right there. He was looking for hands down the line the entire time.
Yeah. I thought the defense set up around it was pretty good, except for that shot. They had everything else.
8 serving 8. Rogers back to the service line. That's a 16th kill. He's hitting 583. Rowan back over to Rama, and Rama. Just throw that Superman cape on him right now, because he is thumping every ball that's fed to him. Kill number 15 for Rama, who's hitting just below 400.
Here we have a lot of USA volleyball executives attending, including John Sparrow.
Spencer passed by Rogers. Ball's blocked up top by Decker, and Machado is arguing that he's a setter, and that Decker went beyond the plane to get that ball. And Patty Rolfe is waving the Ball State players off the net and off any discussion. Patrick Rogers remains to have that discussion, the friendly discussion with Patty Rolfe. Let's see what happened here. Well, nothing's going to be changed, so it doesn't matter at this point. So point goes to UCLA as they go up by a pair at 10-8. And a must-win set for the Cardinals.
Anyway, I was going to say, with the USA volleyball people here watching Zach Rama, he's showing why he needs to be a part of that team.
Fling it back as Machado to Lewis, and saved by Kelly. Back bump set by Conley. Triple block up top by the Cardinals. Bump set by Decker. Left side Kelly poked off, saved by Conley, set by Thorne. Kelly rolls it down the line, dug by Machado. Rogers on the 2-ball, dug by Rama, picked up by Rowan. Back set over to Decker. Decker lights it up down the line. Ball State did everything they could and still could not win out on that rally challenge. But what do you think they're challenging, Charlie? You signaled me, I think, 4 contacts.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can see that. What rally, though, do you feel there was the 4 contacts here? Because even
Early,
like Iandola,
it was early in the point.
Sure. But it's a non-challengeable play, or do you look for additional check? Oh, I guess we are going to do it. So we don't know what the official challenge is, per se. Maybe I can go into my text feed here and find out. We're going to see what the challenge is. We got a video challenge by Coach Mike Iandola. It's an important challenge. Loses this, he's done for the match. So look at John Hawks, Christopher Hirsch, and Chris Connolly. Second season at UCLA. Was at Loyola for a couple seasons before that, and was an assistant at UCLA before that.
For a long time.
He's a well-traveled man, that John Hawks.
Yep.
He's at UC Irvine. Start off, well, I was actually coaching at Fullerton College, I believe, for a little bit. And Santa Margarita High School.
Santa Margarita. Eddie Rapp was at Fullerton College, but he was also at Long Beach State and also
At USC.
At USC. Yeah, he's been a lot of schools.
And I'm not quite sure what they're looking for. Is it a net violation?
No.
I mean, or a block touch. You're looking at Patty Rolfe, who's our R1. There's a third referee on duty that's built for here. No net there, but we're looking for 4 contacts. Looking at the play, that's Rogers. Well, So the challenge is gone. Ball State's out of challenges. Unsuccessful for Coach Mike Iandolo. UCLA up 11-8. Rama off the cable, pass by Basilio. Rogers forces on the net. Basilio wiping high, dug by Rowan. Rama goes out to Kelly at the left pin. And Kelly, smooth as the other side of the pillow. Against number 16 Ball State, who've been battling this very, very strong Bruin team. As we see that jump serve miss long. 9-12. Jacob Surratt back to serve. Surratt, the 6'6" junior middle from Riverside, California. Kelly on the pass, overpass, saved by Rowan, and Decker cleaning up on a one-hand dish from Andrew Rowan. 13-9.
Savitsky Lynn jumped on the back row setter on Rowan, and that left a real big hole to block.
Thorne off the cable, picked up by Savitsky Lynn. Savitsky Lynn gets it right back the middle, passing the ball, calling for it, and getting prize. 10 serving 13 with Ryan Lewis back to serve. Lewis, cross court to Conley. Rowan, big over to Rama, and Rama really adding on to his kill total tonight. 16 kills, hitting 400.
Pretty good night. That's a pretty good night.
And he's just been kind of cruising around out there.
Yeah.
But that's just his demeanor, his style of play. Decker with a laser picked up by Scher. Kelly on the overpass, dug by Basilio. Lewis outside Basilio, and he sneaks it inside the block. And we got a video challenge called by UCLA for a net violation. It was immediate by Andrew Rowan. He grabbed the bottom net, said he netted.
Yeah.
And without hesitation,
So three.
Coach Hawks made the challenge. And challenge successful by Coach Hawks.
By Andrew Rowan.
Well, that's one of the things that we have talked about with Coach Hawks. It's one thing to have a team captain, but a team captain who's a leader, who is talented. Everyone on the team follows him.
Right.
And that's what Andrew Rowan is.
Yeah.
High Spencer by Decker, off of Scher, saved by Lewis. Basilio hits it in the net. Point Ball State. 16 serving at 10. We got a substitution coming in for Ball State. Tyler Wint checking in for Will Basilio.
Yeah, you definitely want a captain who leads you in a positive direction. Doesn't take it negative at all.
Decker at the service line, and who has been lethal from the attack line. Off the cable, pass by Savitsky Lynn, dumped by Machado as he slam dunks on the floor. 11-16. That's one of the things that has changed in the last 2 sets, is Machado hasn't been as offensive or aggressive at the net.
Right. I think the passing has not been as good. They were so good in the first 2 sets.
And Rowan going to his bag of magic tricks. Getting cheeky on the 2-ball.
He said, your put away on 2 was pretty good, but watch mine.
Kelly back to serve for UCLA. Rogers, Machado on the quick back attack, and available for the put away, Braden Savitsky Lynn.
It was an unusual swing. He almost put backspin on the ball.
12-17, Savitsky Lynn serving for the Cardinals. And that ball goes in the net. I just think at this point they're tired. The most service errors you've seen in any set so far.
Absolutely.
Christopher Hirsch at the service line for the Bruins. Pass by Wint. Dumped again by Machado. I guess he heard my comment.
Yeah, don't make him mad, okay?
I want to see him take some solid rips.
He's pushing the barriers back also.
It's it cut, what, 4 or 5 more inches that he needs to push that thing back?
I guess.
Good spin serve. High ball out to Rama. Goes off the top of the block. Picked up by Machado. Share on the bump set to Rogers. And what an angle. Thinly sliced cheese.
That was nice.
14-18. We got a timeout taken by UCLA. Still with a 4-point lead. And look at him just freeze the defense with that 4-4 angle. Got to look at UCLA though. David Decker, 22 kills, hitting .643. He's got an assist, 2 aces, 2 digs, and 3 blocks.
That's amazing.
Talk about stepping up. David Decker for UCLA. He's a 6'8" redshirt junior opposite. And he has been more than a handful to handle for Ball State.
That arm swing is so whippy. He's really
UCLA first back on the court. Ball State now taking court, and UCLA. You can see assistant coach Alex Knight talking to David Decker. As they're waiting for Lucas Machado to step back and serve. Spin serve misses long by Machado. Point going to UCLA. 19-14, Rowan trying to get into the red zone first for the Bruins.
Yep.
Oh, and it just hasn't been an Andrew Rowan serving night.
No, even when he hit him hard and in, they were ball controlled.
Has 0 aces on the night. That's not
That's
Rowan.
what I'm saying.
Rogers goes towards Rama. Rowan to Thorne, and Thorne taking one to Bouncetown.
That was a very nice play.
20 serving a 15. Now Rama. Cameron Thorne, one of the most electric players to watch in the NCAA today. Scherer off the cable. Machado, big to Rogers. Rowan had a good read, and he is frustrated because he knew where he was going. (16-21). Jacob Surratt serving for Ball State. Cameron Thorne adding to the highlight reel yet again. Back-to-back thumps for Thorne, and he's going to get subbed out for serving to get someone to serve in for. That's Trent Taliaferro.
Thorne, if they pass well, he's pretty much unstoppable. But they haven't, got the ball to him that many times.
Back to serve is Taliaferro. Again goes into the net. 17-21. Ryan Lewis at the service line for Ball State. Lewis, 11 kills, only hitting 138 on the night. Lewis over towards Rama. Rowan to Decker. Dug by Lewis. Machado. Tip covered by Conley. Kelly swings off the block on the broken play. Havoc winner. Sean Kelly, that's a volley IQ play right there.
Machado thought he had on the shot over to the deep corner. Great pickup back there by Rama.
22-17. Decker leading the way. 22 kills, hitting .621. Ball's passed by Rogers. Machado on the save and going thumb down. Savitsky Lynn. 18-21. Tyler Wint back to serve. He's 6'4" freshman outside. Goes over towards Kelly. And Rama out of the back row. Rama making it look easy. 23-18.
Pretty nice 30 set.
Is that a 30?
Yeah, first time we've seen that tonight.
Kelly winds up. Scherer on the pass. Machado to Lewis. Lewis D9 at the net. And we're having a request for video for the R1. I believe it was in on the block, but we shall see. So it bounces on that end line. Is it in or out?
In.
And do we have a camera to view it effectively? So is there an end line cam we can take a look at? Well, you see the UCLA bench. I'm pretty confident it wasn't. Almost as confident as Charlie. Almost. I just have, and yes, it is in. So we have our first match point for UCLA. And we got a timeout now taken by Ball State, trailing. They were in the fight in sets 1 through 3, and I believe just ran out of gas here in set number 4. Because if you look at the scores in the other matches, 25-22, 26-24, 26-24. And we're here at 24-18 for the match point for UCLA.
Well, and UCLA knew what they were going to do and was better adjusted to what their game plan is. This is early in the season. There's not a lot of video, so your scouting report can't tell you that.
Looking at David Decker leading the way for UCLA. 22 kills, 621 hitting. An assist, 2 aces, 2 digs, and 3 blocks. And we are awaiting match point as we are waiting to conclude our time out. A valiant effort by the Cardinals of Ball State representing the MEVA Conference, the Midwest Intercollegiate Volleyball Association, but UCLA just too much. As we look at Sean Kelly serving for match point Bruins.
It was interesting because earlier we really looked like could be an upset.
Lewis has to set it over. Covered by Decker. And Kelly, they set the bick and it was a little too low.
Well, and to his left hand.
Maybe it's supposed to be a 30.
That could be. That could be.
Savitsky Lynn back to serve. 19 to match point number 2. And Lynn tagging the sideline. 20 serving to match point number 3. Savitsky Lynn again on the offering. And he serves it out of play for point, set, and match as the Bruins drop set number 1. Come back.